Hi, hello, and welcome to Chanakya. Let's start with the second part of Agnipath scheme, which is myths and facts. Let's get to the details. The first and foremost myth, laid by many, is the future of Agniveers. Is their future insecure? No. Agniveers get priority in CAPF and state police, in addition to the several other avenues in multiple sectors. Recently, leaders from many famous organizations have come forward and extended their support to this scheme. To quote few, Anand Mahindra from Mahindra Groups have announced on June 20th that Mahindra Group will welcome Agniveers. Harsh Goenka, in a response tweet to Anand Mahindra, has confirmed that Agniveers are welcome in RPG enterprises. Kiran Mazumdar Shah, chairperson of Biocon, has also assured job for Agniveers. In addition, Sudarshan Venu from TVS Motor Company and Dr. Sangeeta Reddy, joint MD of Apollo Hospitals, have greatly appreciated the scheme. Well, this is all from the corporate sectors. But we have already seen that Agniveers are coming out with a very handsome package. In addition to that package, they also get a Class 12 equivalent certificate bridging course for further studies. If an Agniveer wants to pursue higher education, they can do so, and the corpus they get out of the program will help in completing their higher studies. The second myth, I'm really not sure how this started, but it's interesting actually. The question is about decrease in opportunity. Now, throughout the scheme, we can see that it's an addition to the army. The regular recruitment for army will no way be hindered by this program. In fact, as we saw earlier, 25% of the Agniveers have the opportunity to get into regular service of Indian Army. The next concern is, will regimental bonding be affected? Okay, what is a regiment? Let's get to know about what a regiment is. It is nothing but a military unit. We all have heard these terms like Madras Regiment, Punjab Regiment. Now don't think these are based on states, absolutely not. There are even regiments like Parachute Regiment, Gorkha Regiment, which doesn't have a state name. Now each of these regiments are just military units that carry their own heritage and values that binds the soldiers and gives them a sense of belonging and identity. So, will this change with Agniveers coming into the system? No. Since there is no change to the regimental system, the introduction of this scheme is not going to impact the regimental bonding that is existing in the Indian Army today. Will this scheme harm the effectiveness of the armed force? Now that's the next interesting question. So, to be more clear, this method has been already tested out in many countries and is considered to be a best practice for youthful and agile army. Many countries, including the United States, China, Russia, Israel, France, and many others, follow this approach. To understand this scheme, similar schemes in multiple other countries, for example, let's take the United States of America. Recruitment in the United States is on a voluntary basis today. However, there were times during World Wars or during the Vietnam Wars where they imposed mandatory military service to all men. But today, they enroll army personnel for 4 years, which is followed by a 4-year reserve duty period where they can be recalled in case of need. Soldiers are eligible for pension only after serving in the US Army for 20 years. And for those opting out earlier, they will come out with additional perks depending on case-by-case basis. Most importantly, Agniveers in the first year will only make up 3% of the army. In addition, performance of Agniveers will be tested before reinduction into the army. So, there is no question of the scheme bringing down the effectiveness of the armed force. Moving on to the next myth. Can you rely on 21 years old young people? They are immature and unreliable. Now, I know youngsters will be offended by this remark. However, Let's try to find the explanation of why this is not true. I will vouch that our youngsters are definitely matured, but we all will agree that experience and youth should go hand in hand for a successful model. This scheme will slowly bring in a right mix of 50-50 youth and 50% of youth and 50% of experienced professionals. Let's get to the next question or the next myth. It's about no previous consultation has been done with former armed force officers. This statement is completely untrue. Indian Army has confirmed that excessive consultations has been done with serving armed force officers for the last 2 years. The proposal has been framed by the Department of Military Affairs. Many former officers have recognized the advantages and in fact welcomed this scheme. I hope this video has cleared some of your questions on Agnipath scheme. Let's build a stronger and vibrant Indian Army. Thank you and stay tuned to Chanakya English for further updates on latest trends. Bye.